Happy holidays. It's Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report on Wednesday, December 20th of 2023. And I'm on a curved path here. This is a no fuss, no muss report. The moon is in Aries. Okay, Mars up there in Sagittarius. Up there's an opening, a clearing. Yes. Let's get out of the woods. This is a very interesting time period. The sun is moving into Capricorn. Yes, the longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere. And as soon as it does that, retrograde Mercury, sun conjunct Mercury is exact. Yes, just so the sun goes in there on tomorrow and hits Mercury on Friday and continues moving on. In the meantime, what else do I want to talk about today? There's so much going on. The other thing I'm really feeling, you may be feeling it too, is Venus opposite Uranus. It's exact today and goes into tomorrow. Mars at the same time is in conjunct Uranus. So we're going to be talking about Uranus and this whole archetype of Aquarius Uranus as being contrary, let's say, to the Saturnian Capricornian energy that we also need to be dealing with. I want to talk about and read you the Sabian symbol for Pluto. Has gone into the 29th degree of Capricorn. It's a critical degree. And I'm going to explain a little bit about what that means. What else is happening? Chiron is stationing to go direct next Tuesday. And Chiron will continue direct. Okay, it's now at 15 degrees, 27 minutes. And it's going to go all the way up to 24 degrees. So from 15 to 24, Chiron is going to be moving along, okay, through the year of 2024. Any of you have got planets 15 to 24 degrees of the cardinal signs, you'll be receiving a visit, yes, from our good wounded healer, Chiron. After that Venus opposes Uranus, the nice thing is that she is going to come into a trine with Neptune. Yeah, that is happening next Monday. So the moon is just carrying along. It's coming and, it's waxing, getting bigger every day. And it's going through Taurus on Thursday. Okay, and there it's going to trine Mercury up there and conjunct Jupiter, then moves into Gemini on Sunday. And by golly, if we don't have a full moon happening, okay, that full moon is happening next Tuesday. It's at 4 degrees, 58 minutes of Cancer. She's at home in Cancer. She's strong in Cancer. And yeah, it is a very powerful time to be spending with family, with friends, in a warm, intimate Christmas time, Christmas period of emotional connection. Let me just look at the camera and talk to you about this. All right, everybody. Decided to climb up the mountain today. You can see there is right back there. It's a very dirty river. It's been storming and raining. And I've just decided that today, rather than I love the water and I love the waterfalls and the rapids and the flowing river, but we also have to balance that out. Water seeks the lowest level. It goes down, down, down to the ocean. The rain falls from the sky. But the sun is entering Capricorn, the mountain goat that climbs to the top of the mountain and oversees, yes, the whole landscape. So there is this contrast, this polarity, and that is what I want to be addressing with you today. The light and the dark, the up and the down, the masculine and the feminine, the plus and the minus. It goes blah, 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 blah. We live in this world of polarity. And there's lots of different pieces to this puzzle. And I hope you bear with me while I discuss a couple of the different pieces, and hopefully by the end of the report, I can tie this together to make sense. Are you ready? Okay, number one piece of that puzzle I always start with Pluto. And Pluto is on the edge of Aquarius. It briefly entered in 2023 and it went retrograde. It's gone direct now and it's back at 29 degrees. Okay, as of today, as of my talking, Pluto is right now entering the critical degree of 29 degrees Capricorn. It's going to stay there till January 22nd and break into Aquarius once again. But it goes so doggone slow that then it's going to turn retrograde and go back into Capricorn next summer, before finally in November of 2024 it will make its final ta-da, and then it's in Aquarius for 20 years till 2044. So we are on the cusp. We are on the edge. And what is this cusp? What is this edge? Okay, from Capricorn to Aquarius, from Saturn to Uranus, from the patriarchy to liberation, from the conventional, normal structures and institutions and corporations that have been governing, to break free, to break out into a new dimensional realm, into a new enlightened state. Aquarius wants to raise the bar. And this is not done, this isn't handed to us on a golden platter. Let's put it that way. I have a very interesting, so anyway, altogether, if we count the times when Pluto is at this 29th degree, it was at this 29th degree, okay, for basically 6 weeks going forward, then 6 weeks going retrograde. Now it's going to be 4 weeks going forward, and it's going to be 10 weeks. Okay, it stations at this 29th degree next summer. Okay, so altogether, 26 weeks, okay, in 2023 and in 2024. The Sabian symbol is a secret meeting of men responsible for executive decisions in world affairs. The keynote is the power to assume responsibility for crucial choices arrived at after mature discussions with those who share this power. I want to emphasize the secret meetings, okay, of men. Yes, the patriarchy, right? Responsible for executive decisions in world affairs. I'm thinking of world organizations, the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, the United Nations, the list goes on, okay, corporations, international, multinational corporations run by men in general, a lot of billionaires that are men, meeting in secret, okay, to determine the future of the planet. I mean, this is very powerful. This is and it's at this critical degree, the last degree of Capricorn, like the last holdout of the patriarchy. I mean, this is big. And now we have what? The sun moving into Capricorn, conjoining with Mercury at the first degree of Capricorn. The Sabian symbol for that is an Indian chief claims power from the assembled tribe. The power and responsibility, again, implied in any claim for leadership. So let's look at this. We've just had the sun transit through past the galactic center. I don't know if you felt it. Did you get your download? I hope so. I got my download. Boom! Download of natural law. Yes, of the meaning of life, the purpose, the Holy Grail has been downloaded from the galactic center to our sun, the solar system. right? And now the sun moves into Capricorn and takes on the responsibility of implementing in Earth. Capricorn is this Earth sign, of implementing these natural laws into institutions, governments, laws, rules of order, structure on this planet. And in our psyche, in each one of us. And that's now what I need to address, because this is very powerful now. The Mars has been trine Chiron and now is trining the north node of the moon. This is our future path forward, our future destiny. Has to do with our mantra for this week. Oh, great, it's starting to rain. Freaking. Well, this is part of what we're needing to do, is break through. Yeah, that's what the mantra is about today. And here we have, in contrast to all this Saturn, Capricorn, Pluto, power, control, all this, and very often externalized, projected out onto others. I'm going to come back to that. Okay. We have Black Moon Lilith coming through fiery Leo into Virgo, going to oppose Capricorn, oppose Saturn up there in Pisces. And we've got Uranus moving through Taurus, self-sufficiency, and Venus going through the dark, watery realms of Scorpio, stirring up the pot today and tomorrow in opposition to this Uranus. That opposition is a fruition, a fulfillment, yes, of the liberated feminine energy, the Kali energy, while she's in Scorpio. Yeah, another powerful image. Finally, then, we have the moon coming into her fullness in opposition to the light of the sun up there in the hierarchical realm of Capricorn. Whew. Yeah. Polarity. I'm going to talk more about these polarities, but first I got more Sabian symbols. The full moon Sabian symbol is a little dangerous. At a railroad crossing, an automobile is wrecked by a train. The tragic results, which are likely to occur when an individual's will pits itself carelessly against the power of the collective will of society. You get this. Here's this moon in Cancer, my inner child, my inner feelings, my desire for security and safety, in opposition to this Capricorn, right? The collective. There's this whole collective energy. It's the individual at odds, yeah, going up against, polarized from this collective will dominated by men meeting in secret and making mandates and things and whatever. And it's just... But finally, Venus moving through Scorpio in opposition to Uranus is at the 20th degree of Scorpio. A woman draws away two dark curtains, closing the entrance to a sacred pathway. The revelation to the human consciousness of what lies beyond dualistic knowledge. I'll read the whole thing. The woman within, in quotes, the faith that is rooted in the deepest intuitions of the soul, is seen here as the Hierophant, unveiling the realities which the either-or, pro and con, mind of humanity alone cannot perceive. The path to the mystics, in quotes, unitive life is opened up once the darkness of fear, egocentricity, and dualistic morality is removed. The key note is to plunge ahead into the unknown. Uranus rules the unknown, Aquarius is the unknown, and Scorpio also deals with what lies behind the veil and is unknown. So it was brought to my attention while the sun was conjunct the galactic center that the universe, and we live in this spherical universe, this spherical reality, and the sphere is held apart by polarity. Without polarity, without this dualistic, polarized reality, it would be like the universe could collapse upon us. We live in a world of polarity, and this polarity is very necessary. It's a fundamental aspect, not only of our thinking, but of, yes, our counterpoint awareness evolves through polarity. We have to have these polarities. But I'm feeling, seeing today how to pierce through the polarity. What came to me this morning is that the light is in the dark. We need to go through the polarity. We need to go through the dark. We need to own our shadow rather than project it. Yeah? So rather than projecting, what can we project out there now? This is part of Chiron in Aries, healing that wounded warrior, the North Node in Aries. This is regaining our sense of power. And part of that is becoming conscious and owning our truth. And what is that truth? Rather than project it out that there's a bunch of control freaks and psychotic nuts that are power mongers and power hungry and want to take control of the world and we're victims and there's all that. No, we withdraw our projections. We take it within us that I want power. And I've got anger. And I've got fire. And I need to fire up my will forces. I need to own my anger, which isn't so light and spiritual and fluffy and connection and sweet and da-da-da-da-da-da. We are both. We need to go through this darkness. We need to own our darkness. We need to own that, yes, I'm a nice guy and I've got desires and I've got wants. And when I don't get what I want, I am frustrated, irritated, angry, upset, da-da-da-da-da-da. And rather than stuff that as not socially acceptable, not moral or ethical, not nice, my partner's not going to like it, my family's not going to like it, this is Christmas, let's just keep all that, darkness in the cellar and pour the champagne. This is more about Venus in Scorpio wants the truth and reality. Mars in Sagittarius wants the truth, right? The sun beaming through Mercury is, whew, and what is retrograde Mercury is rebelling. Even the 270 degrees square, yes, which is 0 degrees Capricorn, right, aligns with that, the Sun and Mercury conjoin right at that degree. And that degree is a crisis in consciousness that wants to break free and liberate itself from cultural norms and from the convention and the conventional way of looking and responding. So yes, this is a time for us to pull back the veils and move through this dualism through ownership of, it's not either or. It's not that I am light or dark. I am both and more. We want to ascend. We want to move up. We want to move beyond. We want to move out. And this requires engaging the will. And this is very powerful. Black Moon Lilith moving through Leo. Okay, Mars in fiery Sagittarius. With the moon today, as I'm talking, in Aries, with the North Node and with Chiron, and even with Eris, this great goddess of discord who wants to shake our cages and rattle us up. We need to take ownership of our Kundalini. We need to take ownership of this Plutonian power and not allow ourselves to be victimized, not allow ourselves to buy into the stories that we are being told and that we have been told. And we do tell ourselves stories. I was going to share a story of my own. Well, yeah, there's time. I mean, we've been given stories, right? I mean, I was given stories that, you grow up and you get married and you have a family and you get a job and and don't be a musician or don't be an astrologer. You're not going to make a living. You got to do something. Anyway, so, I go out, and even though I get into astrology as a teenager, I look at my chart. Oh, Sun conjunct Uranus. Well, Uranus is electronics. Uranus is computers and technology and science. Well, by God, I'm going to be an electronics engineer. And I get my degree and I go to Silicon Valley, the belly of the beast. And I get my job at Virtual Microsystems. And I get married and I have kids and I buy a house and I've got a car. And I'm telling myself, and I am miserable in this job. And I'm looking for some soul and some juice and some love and some passion and some fire and some, and the new paradigm. And for years, I'm just like, But what did I do? I had that story. And I told myself over and over again, this is good. You have to understand the system in order to, change it or beat it. You've got to go into it. Don't be an outsider. You won't have any impact. I told myself one story after another, monogamy and marriage and kids and family. This is the way that my parents did it. I mean, we've all got stories. And there will be times when Uranus comes around. Uranus will be going from 19 to 23 degrees of the fixed signs. And like lightning bolts, shaking and rattling and waking us up. And Uranus next year, I'm doing the astrology of 2024. I'm going to do a general and I'm also going to do a specific. Mark your calendars, January 13th and 14th. I'm working on the web page now. So that we can get it up there and out. But yeah, I'll be going much more deeply into this and help you apply it to your personal chart on the January. Yeah. Anyway, 13th and 14th. Did I say 13th and 14th? Anyway, yes, there will be times. It will be a dream that you have. It will be a person that you meet. It will be, a book that you come across. It will be, a website or a Twitter or something that just, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. There's an alternate reality to what I am living. There isn't an awakened, enlivened, impassioned, life that I can have, but I can only have when I break through into the unknown and I let go of the stories that I have been told by others who are not me. This is self-discovery. This is self-realization. This is awakening. This is ascension. This is Aquarius. This is what it is. We're moving into an age of enlightenment. Let's freaking get there. Oh, God. We got to lead the way. Yeah. So, yeah. The song for this week is, it's hard. It's a hard name. Where is it? Oh, my God. Gajumaru. Yeah, Gajumaru. And I have used this song once before, but I went up on the Spotify, the Pele Report playlist. There's 15 hours of songs. Yeah. But this is such a good one, and it's so appropriate. Yes. Gosh, what is it now? Letting go of all the stories I've been told. I walk through the valley of my own shadow. Check out that song. Very powerful, very good, very relevant. And before I get soaking wet, I'm going to read you the mantra for this week. Widespread beliefs are restricting in nature and creating a sense of lack. It's my job to break through old stories I'm told, to bring joy and abundance back. There's a lot of programming going on. There's a lot of Wetico. There's a lot of mind virus happening. There's a lot of propaganda out there. There's a lot of stories. We got to be really choosy and discriminate about which ones we want to own, which ones we want to take on, which ones we want to live, which ones we want to believe. So this, to me, is the sun moving into Capricorn. Yes, the sign of authority. Becoming the author of my own life, writing my own biography, writing my own story, writing my own future. It's time for each and every one of us to heal this wound of this Chiron in Aries, to engage our will forces. You want to get out there, you want to hike to the top of the mountain, or you want to ski down a mountain if it's snowing, or you want to go to the gym if it's too cold. You want to engage your will forces, your muscles, your adrenal glands. You want to wake up that powerful self within, and you want to own that desire for power. It's natural. Of course. Come on. We want to manifest our own destiny. This is part of the human equation. And it's perfectly fine and natural to get angry when we're being blocked or stopped or forced or coerced. So rather than stuff it, rather than be ashamed of it, rather than hide it, engage it, own it, use it, live it, move that energy. Move that energy. If you got to break a couple dishes or something, because it's built up over years, let yourself feel the deepest feelings that you've possibly got, because that is your root power. One more time, baby. Ow! Widespread beliefs are restrictive in nature and creating a sense of lack. It's my job to break through old stories I'm told, to bring joy and abundance back. May you bring joy and abundance back. There was one more thing, one image that I had that I wanted to leave with you. And that is a nail. Think of a nail. Think of a bullet. Think of a spear. This is this masculine Mars, trining the North Node, driving into the future. And you take a nail and you hold that to a piece of wood and you smack it with a hammer. And it opens the wood. It pierces the veil. It pierces the wood. It opens a hole. It spreads apart what appears to be solid, right? And it goes through it. But what's required? What's required is a good smack with a hammer. I was a carpenter too, man. I know it is. It's like you've got to boom, and especially if it's a hard wood, you can bend the nail sometimes. Sometimes you have to drill a hole first. But I mean, I'm saying, there's a place, there's a time and a place for everything, and there's a time and a place to assert, to charge, to pierce, to go into the unknown. And this is that time. Pierce the darkness with your light. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.